Today we're going to talk about how to overcome fear of conflict in a team. Fear can stop you or propel you. The choice is yours. When we allow fear to stop us, it keeps us from being productive. It keeps us from being efficient and working together as a team. So we want to be able to stop that. And the best way to stop that is to talk about conflict resolution. Because when you have conflict resolution, it takes the fear out of it because you can actually communicate better. So we're going to talk to you about the 4 different ways that you can have conflict resolution so that you can overcome the fear of conflict.
Conflict resolution is the key to overcoming fear of conflict. Because when you use the 4 tactics that we are going to share with you in this video, conflicts can be a positive thing. It's no longer is knock down, drag out, brawl type situation that everybody has to be afraid of being wounded emotionally, perhaps not physically, but being hurt through the conflicts. And so as we share these, you will see that it's easy and can be a positive thing to resolve any conflicts that show up in your organization.
Stay with us till the end. We want to be able to give you a free gift. So stay all the way till the end so we can tell you how to get that. Tactic number 1 is diffuse. We have to diffuse the situation. I want to tell you a story. We love to go to Lake Powell, and we do this a lot in the summer. We have a boat that we leave down there, and when we get on the boat, once we're on the boat, we have no cell signal for days. And that's something we really like. Only that first night that we slept on the boat before we dropped it in the water, I got this text that was about this long on my phone. And it was from someone I care about a lot, someone that I love. And it was not nice. And it was so sudden. I had no idea what was going on. And this conflict was going on, right? So we were having a conflict with this big long text that I got. And the first thing I did was, because you need to take immediate action, was tried to call him. Couldn't get a hold of him. I was like, okay, I'll text back. So I tried to text back before we dropped the boat in the water, and it won't go through. I hiked up on the hill. I did everything I could to get a message off, and it looked like it had finally sent. So we dropped the boat in the water, took off, and now we're several days before we're going to have any way to resolve this situation. I don't even know if the text has gone or not. And it was really upsetting. I spent a lot of time for the next 3 or 4 days of just struggle because I was like, I have no idea what's going on and why this all of a sudden we have this whole thing.
Well, and it was a crazy situation too, because this person was upset about something that had happened 2 or 3 months ago, and finally just
almost
triggered
a year ago.
Brewed. Oh, you're right. And it just brewed until he just like a volcano, sat there and rumbled a little bit, and all at once he blew his top. So here's a couple of points with how to diffuse. The first thing you want to do, many times when we have a tough situation, we want to be like an ostrich, because they have a great conflict resolution tactic. They stick their butt in the air and their head in the sand, right? That's kind of natural. It feels good, but it doesn't do much for resolving.
Maybe if you're an ostrich.
I'm not even going to go there. But the first thing she did, and the first thing to do, is take action. She took immediate action to start resolving. She made that phone call and then sent a text right away. The second thing she did was apologize.
Right.
She wasn't even sure what she was apologizing for or what she had done wrong.
I technically wasn't even in the wrong. It was something that he had taken out of context and that had brewed for him. It was in his own insecurities. And so it was something that was said that was taken totally out of context and was completely wrong. But he'd brewed for a year until he exploded. And that's where that happened. So I took immediate action, then I apologized.
But she apologized.
I'm sorry for anything that I've done. I'm sorry that if I said something to hurt and offend you. And I did this all on the text because I had no idea if he knew or not. But I apologized right off the bat. So remember to apologize so that you can, something that you've said or done in some way has upset them. The best way to do it is like, I apologize. I don't know why this happened, but I apologize that it became a problem.
The thing you don't want to do right at the very first is go into defending yourself, because that escalates the situation. Apologize. You don't have to say, I was wrong in everything I did. It isn't like you're married. Honey, whatever I did, I'm sorry. I know I was wrong and you were right. It doesn't have to be that way, but don't go in the defensive mode. Apologize. So here's what she did. She took immediate action. She apologized. The next thing she did is she declared her intention. And that is the next part that you want to do, is declare your intention. Hey, I really want to get this resolved. I want there to be good feelings between us. And I want you to know that in spite of how you felt, it was never my intention to hurt you, to make you feel this way. I had no intention of doing this.
When you declare your intention, it lets them know that it wasn't on purpose, that it wasn't that you're trying to attack and that you're trying to create a problem. So when you're trying to resolve and diffuse the whole situation, if you go to those three, first take immediate action, then you apologize, then you state your intention. So the fourth thing you want to do on diffuse is you listen. You need to listen to them and allow them to be heard. That's really important, to allow that person to be heard. Short end of this story, we had the conversation after we got out of the lake and we got cell service again, and it went really well. But it's because I diffused it in the very beginning. And everything worked out great. He said, oh, I took it out of context, and it was really easy to handle at that point. When have you, I want you to write this in the comments below, when have you had a situation where you didn't know what you did, but there was conflict and there was a thing that you had to diffuse? Write that in the comments. Let us know, when did you have a challenge like this, or have you ever had this kind of a challenge where you really didn't feel like you'd even done anything wrong, and yet there was a big conflict. Tactic number 2 is accountability. Taking accountability right off the bat when you've done something or there is a problem, taking accountability and owning that is a huge piece of it. When you take that accountability, a lot of times it will dissolve the conflict that was going on.
So we'd like to share with you just 3 key points in taking accountability. The first thing is to take accountability immediately.
The second thing is to not go to the debate. We want to debate it. We want to defend our side. But when you go to the debate, it just adds more conflict. And it starts setting you up as you set up walls and they set up walls, and it just creates more problems.
So one of the things that can really hurt and escalate a conflict is when you tell people, well, you always do this, you always do that. This is what you always do. This is what you said. This is what you did. There's a way to diffuse that, get the same point across by just simply adding a couple of words in front of you always do. And that is to say, I feel like you said. I feel like this is what you're doing. Because then you're not accusing the person, and from their point of view, they probably don't agree with you that that's what they always do or that that's what they said. But they could say, oh, you feel like that? Well, guess what? You're entitled to your feelings, but that's not how I see it. And instead of an argument, then you're looking towards a solution and a resolution when you just add, I feel like, or it seems like, or this is how it was to me. Don't tell them what they're thinking or what they did. Tell them how that you perceived it that way.
That will help you with your accountability. Tactic number 3 is to identify. You need to identify what is happening and what's going on. You need to identify where the breakdown is. So many times the breakdown starts with fear. People have a fear of the next step, and they have a fear of what's happening or what might happen to them if they speak up, like if they're talking to a management position. And so there is a lot of fear that comes, and we have to push past that because the fear can stop you or propel you. The choice is yours. You have to choose, and you want to get past that.
So the one thing that will really help with conflict resolution along with this tactic here is understand that generally when somebody behaves aggressively, it's because they're afraid of something. If you can stop the whole argument and the whole back and forth banter and identify what it is that person is afraid of, and they're not going to say, I'm afraid and this is why I'm behaving this way. Identify what they're afraid of, and if you can speak to their fears or calm their fears, the whole conflict just dissolves and fades away when you go to what are they afraid of.
Before our last point, go ahead and subscribe. You want to subscribe to the NSA Mountain West Chapter channel so that you can get the videos that come out every weekday. We have such awesome speakers and people that are giving you free content on a ton of subjects. You want to subscribe right below and be part of our community so that you get a notification that there's been a new episode that's hit. Our fourth tactic is collaboration. You want to be able to collaborate and to work together, to be able to move forward. And when we're having conflict, when we can collaborate, that's worked past the conflict, right? And you've worked together to where you trust each other and you've built that relationship, and the collaboration can happen. Why would we want this?
So the collaboration, the whole thing is when you come into a conflict, you're on opposing sides. See if you can get on the same team and on the same side to where you're looking for a common goal. And as you do that, the conflict resolves when you're working together towards the same objective.
We want to give you a couple of reasons why you would want to do this, why you want to go to collaboration, because it really honestly is the way to dissolve that conflict.
And the reason we want to do this is it builds better relationships.
And you are able to work together better. You're able to find common goals and have that success.
And when everyone's working together, more stuff happens.
It shows respect and it builds those relationships. Whenever you can go to conflict resolution and have those tactics help you, those 4 tactics we just talked about, they will help you have better success. And it will bring you back to getting out of fear. Thank you for being here with us. We're excited to have you here. We also are excited to give you a free gift. You can get the peer process guide. It's at our website at allthingspossible.biz, and it's below in the comments, in the description below. And you can jump to our website and get your free gift. We love to be able to help organizations adapt, grow, and thrive. And we would love to have you join us. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.